Morning, good morning. How y'all doing? Okay. Yeah, we finna get started on in the second house again. But we're gonna see how Uranus and Neptune is playing a part in that house this time. So wanna go back and look at what I already said about it. Now let's see how first Uranus is affecting in that house or defecting in it. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead. Uranus in the second house. You have your natal Uranus in the second house in the birth chart. This article is for you. Where you find this planet in your natal chart, you can expect sudden changes. But also in the corresponding life areas, you are somewhat different than others. And you notice word on like different. Uranus in the second house people have a unique value system. They often live and work in an unusual way. Your finances are often subject to change. If you are not sure where Uranus is located in your birth chart, you can find it on blah blah blah. Keep reading to learn more. Okay, natal Uranus in second house. Uranus in second house people have an erotic relationship with money. So this is the Aquarius, right? What is erotic? Okay. Their finances fluctuate, so up and down. Your finances are gonna be up and down during some periods. They receive a lot of money. Okay. And these periods are followed by times when they don't do so well. Usually, you don't have a stable income with this placement. Uranus is a planet of sudden changes, and your income is subject to sudden ups and downs all the time. Sometimes you receive lump sums of money out of the blue. Uranus in the second house suggests that you are not interested in finances. Could it be because you know that's control? Hmm. Question. People with this placement usually don't like allocating their time to learn about how money works. Okay. And how it can multiply. You mainly see money as a way of ensured freedom. Okay. Assured. Nothing more. Because of this, you are not focused on saving most of the time. Okay. However, you can benefit a lot from developing better saving habits. Okay. Um, unless Saturn is involved with your Uranus in the second house, you have a tendency to be an impulsive spender. So we got Cap in this house, so Saturn is here. So you're not totally reckless. Okay? Um, Saturn not here. Impulsive. spender. With this placement, finances can be a source of conflict with your loved ones. You have a different approach in this life area. What is not always compatible with the point of view of your partner or family. You can be self-willed person. Okay. When talking about finances, the aspects, ouch. When talking about finances, the aspects, Uranus in second house are very important. With challenging aspects, you can face financial hardships. Okay. Because of careless behavior. Uranus in the second house and making money. Planets in the second house also talk about how you can earn money. Okay, that's good. Uranus in the second house suggests that you are not a person who enjoys working in a 9 to 5 position. Okay, no 9 to 5. Okay. You have a lot of original ideas how you can make money. Okay. In astrology, Uranus is associated with technology, science, computers, internet. Okay. You can financially benefit from any of these topics with your natal Uranus in the second house. Okay. This is an excellent placement for software developers, and or any ways of making money related to computer science. Okay. Of course, when talking about such a complex topic as earnings and career, you have to examine the chart as a whole. So yeah. Often you earn money in unique and unconventional ways. Sometimes you rebel against traditional ways of making money. And this is Capricorn in the second half. Some people with this placement benefit from collaborating with unique people or from some unusual source. So people like yourself will be totally, we said that too, or unusual sources. In some cases, Uranus here can indicate financial gain through inventions of some sort. So invent things. Um, but for this to be the case, the whole birth chart has to be supported. Uranus in the second house and your core values. Financial assets are an important topic of the second house, but it's not the only one. The second house in the natal chart also talks about your values and what you find important in life. With Uranus in the second house, you are not willing to accept the values of others without first elevating them. Often you have a unique value system. Don't accept others' ways. Uranus in the second house suggests that freedom is very important. Oh, excuse me, yeah. It is one of the most important things to you. People with this placement often choose to be freelancers instead of working in a corporate environment if the chart as a whole doesn't say otherwise. So you probably have to get a chart reading. I'll be glad to do it. Okay. You can talk about the prices and stuff. Besides freedom, your value individuality and originality. You value individuality, being different and original. This can make it even harder for you to fit into traditional ways. So life will be hard. That's what we was talking about before. You have to learn to let everything go. People that come against you, you have to forgive. You ain't got to be around them. They will get theirs. It's, everybody gets their karma. Um, Uranus is the planet of independence, and this is also essential for you. You often spend your money on experiences that make you feel more free. Such as travel. You want a lot of new experiences. Stability is not that important to you. What contributes to the lack of planning when it comes to saving? With this placement of Uranus in second house, one of the things you value is technology. Okay. You often spend on gadgets and you possess a lot of them. You find innovation very valuable and you often consider science and technology to be the biggest contributor to society. The planet Uranus in astrology. Uranus was discovered in 1781. This planet is a modern ruler of Aquarius, which was ruled before the discovery of Uranus by Saturn. So Saturn has a lot to play in this right house. Uranus is the Awakener in astrology. Okay. This planet makes us question the old ways, how we do things. Interesting. And constantly search for new and better methods. Okay. People who have a predominant Uranus in their charts are innovators and original thinkers. In astrology, Uranus is associated with science, technology, electricity, computers, inventions, the divine spark, brilliance, madness, rebellion. Okay, so we got madness. Okay. Revolutions, sudden changes. If it gets out of control, it can make Uranus violent and dangerous. Okay. Because you want what you want when you want it. Utopia ideas are also ruled by Uranus. With this planet strong in your chart, you have a strong urge to be free. Freedom is one of the most important values, just like individuality, and intelligence. A strong Uranus suggests that you are in some way erotic, original, bohemian, different than most people. One thing is for sure, you're definitely not a gray mouse. In modern astrology, Uranus is considered to be the ruling planet of astrology itself. Okay. If you want to learn more about this, blah, blah, blah. The second house in natal chart. The second house is traditional connected with the zodiac sign Taurus. This is ruled by Venus. So Venus in accidental digital dignity in this house. Some of the life areas associated with second house include financial affairs, your savings, possessions. It's important that real estate and land belong to the fourth house, not the second. Okay. The other important association of the second house is your values. So real estate belongs to the second house. Fourth house. I'm sorry. Okay. In your birth chart, this house shows what you find valuable, but this house speaks of your self worth too. It shows if you have a low self esteem. It is interesting how your earning power and self worth are intertwined through the second house. The more you believe in yourself, the more you're able to make. Okay, so believing, regardless of what's going on, believe in you. The second house is succeeding house in the birth chart, supporting the matters of the preceding angular house, the first. If you translate to the life of the humans, let's see. Hold on, I'm gonna put a little. If you translate it to the life of humans, your possessions support your well-being as a person. Planets in the second house suggest that possessions are important to you. You stand firmly on on the ground and you know how to enjoy life. If you enjoy this article, blah 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 blah. Okay, let's see. Determines your personality. Let's see. And destiny. This placement in Uranus promotes people to choose an erotic career or to even show their talents in unexpected ways, so they are likely to gain a special status. People born in Uranus second house in the birth chart are not at all like others when it comes to money and possessions. Some of them may not even care where they're living. Okay. And will keep their minds to a minimum. Simple minded. Their need for freedom is tremendous, so they don't want to feel tied to any possessions or objects. Okay. However, don't think they won't make a good living because they can't even be the type who puts money aside for rainy days. So you can save and plan and be wealthy. Okay, so don't think you can't. Um, their financial situation may go from one extreme to the other. So they will have periods of time when they're very rich and moments when they don't know what to put on the table. Okay, so you go from rich to poor, poor to rich. This reminds me of Steve Jobs when he first started out and how they took over the company and blah blah blah. Whatever. Uh, strength, inventive, focused, and ambitious. Okay. Um, and Tesla. Tesla was very full of ideas, but he had a lot of enemies. I wonder what his placement was. Moody and stubborn. advice they should seek to embrace transformations their life goes through. Embrace changes. Cary Grant, stars like Cary Grant, Gary Oldman, I don't know the other people. As the second house is the one of money, amongst other things, the planet here indicates how the natives can work on their finances. Therefore, the presence of Uranus here indicates these people may make a living with the help of technology, their originality when working in groups, and even when supported in business by their friends. Unconditional and impulsive may make their money in the most ingenious and innovative ways, probably by inventing something that's related to technology, by having a job that's unique, by dealing with electronics, or even by making scientific discoveries. Okay. Okay. Mm, excuse me, yeah. Got chilly last night and put the heat on. Okay, so make scientific discoveries. Okay, so that means what? You got to deal with the scientists. They might come at you. I'm just saying. Uh, Something electronic. As said before, oh, in any case, there'll always be unconventional when it comes to financial opportunities. So expect many changes to happen as far as their wealth goes, or for them to have many ups and downs with their money situation because it's so unique. So, as said before, being helped by their friends or even the government may be a solution for them to make a good living. So, friends, I guess asking for loans or something from the government if they like your idea, presenting it, okay, and getting money, resources, loans, grants. Erotic, eccentric, unconventional, and a really strong planet, Uranus placed in the second house, that rules over possessions and finances means people in this placement have all these characteristics of this celestial body when it comes to the way they're making a living. It's possible for them to have the most eccentric career or to their salary coming from a business that seems at least strange for others. They will experience many fluctuations from their income, so it's very normal for them to one day suffer from famine and to be in the malls, and the other to be in the malls buying the most expensive things. Okay. Uranus individuals are the type who gets fired more times than others. Okay, so you're getting fired off a job, you gotta know when to let go too. It seems that only strange things happen to them at their job, so that and you're gonna mess with a lot on the job. So their superiors may not tolerate unusual happenings around the workplace. They won't believe you. For example, they could come up with gossip about their boss or cause a fire in the kitchen of the building where they happen to work. So you can cause some of these things. There are many celebrities who have Uranus. Many of these natives decided to take the self-employment path, but this means having money one day and wondering if business is ever going to get better the other. At least they are able to make enough and compensate for the quiet days during the busy period. So have to make sure you have streams of income coming all over the place. And sometimes they require of being unstable till you get stable, just in case the under famine come. Just like Joseph, 7 years of famine, 7 years of plenty, 7 years of famine. So he prepared, right, for all of that. So he was okay, and the people were okay. At least they are able to make enough to, okay. They seem to always have a fascinating story, but their work, because it's common for individuals to have Uranus house to experience all kind of unusual happenings. Besides all of that, usual things going on, of course. Why not? Okay, many of them don't want to work 9 to 5, so different type of job can bring them constant fluctuations when it comes to salary and profit. They may have a need to be secluded in order to soothe themselves and to be as sensual as they can. So don't be afraid to go alone and be alone. Get rejuvenated. It's a must. That's a must. But only in privacy. These natives may be attracted to, I don't know what that is, voyeurism, this allows them to participate and in the same time be detached in sex. So you can be detached, don't want sex. Okay. Also, they can like pornography and seeing others kissing or being engaged in sexual activities. So you like to look. Okay. Many of them will unconsciously need to be isolated from their own body's pleasures because, as children or in their past life, they have had some unpleasant experiences with their bodily function. So, if you've been raped, disrespected in your body in this life and past lives, you isolate yourself. They have had some, okay, um, ruler of value, finance, and possessions, almost other things like comfort. Uranus happens to be responsible with awakening. So in the second house, it may cause consistent changes when it comes to the system of values natives have to happen because it makes significant changes. People have Uranus house. They change their values many times during a lifetime. They'll give up outdated methods because they think growth can be possible without bringing in the new. Some of them may start around their 30s to no longer consider wealth and to only think of spirituality. So during your 30s, you may want only spirituality. So that could be going around like a shaman or something, and maybe people take care of you. You've seen that in India or different places. Others may get engaged in projects that don't offer them a stable income, inventing things. Because I remember one guy in the neighborhood, he just went around like painting, um, just like painting different things, gates and the side of buildings and stuff like that, just making, and he didn't get paid for it. He didn't get recognized for that for many, many, many years. Uh, Either way, many of them will be attracted to make money from what Uranus rules over. For example, technology, the science, the study of universal and computers. These natives are more inclined than others to take risks when it comes to financial aspects. When it comes, okay. So they should continue being inventive and oriented towards the future because they may lose money many times as they need to make more in order for them to have a comfortable life. Blessings. Uranus second house individuals love nice things, so their impeccable taste can really be seen in others. They can buy really unique art pieces because they don't like everything that's mainstream because the collections they may have at home can be very rare. These natives want to invest a lot of sentiment in what they hold dearly into their soul. So you're very sentimental. You want to feel things meaningful in your soul. So don't expect them to go and buy whole collections of art pieces for the reason of just keeping them their home. So you're not a hoarder. You're not gonna do none of that stuff. Buying the pieces one by one is more likely to bring them the joy of collecting. So you're gonna be specific about what you pick. Thankfully, they're most of the time make enough money to get what they want, considering they're very hard working. So yeah, very hard working. While they may have a different style than other people, their logic would always have them doing a great job no matter the line of work. Okay. It is comfortable position. The natives with this placing become more interested in owning and physically engaging in other activities. They may be so detached when it comes to other people's physicality that they could easily work as coroners or butchers. So you can work as a coroner or butcher. Okay, interesting. Usually generous and kind, these natives don't like to feel stressed about what they own. Okay, so they will often give their possessions away. That's a good thing, I think. Reminds me of the Adams family. Natives inspire people to live the way they want. Inspirational to people. Not care about finances so much. Control. They appreciate comfort though, so they'll work hard to have a nice home and make their loved ones happy. Very efficient at their work, these individuals will use their creative abilities to finish projects in most efficient manner. Many will appreciate them for always getting things done fast in the correct way from the first time. Okay. Challenges. This house may be a problem when having to come up with a solution fast. So slow. Everything's slow sometimes. You have to think things through, right? If people are pushing them around to get things done in quickly, Uranus in the second house natives become annoyed and allow their stubbornness to take over. In this situation, expect them to be very cold and not interested in what others may have to say. Okay. Proud of being slow. This attitude of theirs can't always be the right one, as they should be more spontaneous and come up with fast answers fast. Considering the world doesn't move at their pace, the more they'll try to be quick, the more rational and good at making decisions they'll become. Rebelling against those who are trying to make them act fast is not at all indicated. They should also not think they always know best because their logic and approach can be all the time perfect. Okay, so you don't know everything. Not to mention how stubborn they are in accepting other people's opinions, especially of those who don't agree with them. Don't like people disagreeing with them or opinions. People in Uranus second house should learn to listen because many would appreciate them for being open to discuss. Need to be open because we all in here together. Okay. And Uranus is challenging position. They may have problems with their physicality. For example, if they've been held in a baby lash when very little, they may feel terrified of being too close to people as adults. So it's a baby lash. Okay, problems. Okay, we did have problems. Their body will simply no longer be responsible to closeness because they're keen kept too close when very small. It's possible for them to also have repulsiveness towards the process of chewing food. So they may want to only eat alone because this way no one can see how messy they are. Bad aspects with Venus, the planet, or any other difficult planet for that matter, which can be Neptune, can make natives with such placements unconsciously feel that their bodies are not good enough. So these people would engage in all kinds of masochist practices as a relief. So Neptune would make you, okay, let's see, let's put this back. Feeling your body is not good enough. Doing masochistic practices as a relief. These individuals need to undergo hypnosis or talk to a therapist. And determine what makes them feel uncomfortable in order to become healthier from physiological point of view. We have to talk about what's going on with Neptune in this house. Furthermore, Uranus and challenge position house may make them completely uninterested in possessions. They won't they won't want anything in their name, be it house or car, because they feel restricted and stressed about owning. With the same placement of Uranus, individuals may not want to borrow money. even when in the most difficult situations of our life for the same reason. It would be great for them to be self-employed because they have enough independence to make money the way they want to. As a matter of fact, many of these who work as freelancers have Uranus because it's how the energy of this planet influences them. Okay. So let's go to the big Neptune, y'all. So we already know, besides all the things I said on the other video, it's going to be amplified. If you have your natal Neptune in the second house, you have come to the right place. You may learn how to interpret this placement. Do you know these people who have no idea about money, who often struggle to make ends meet? Or do you even happen to be one of them? Neptune in the second house is a great predisposition to have no idea about what is going on in your wallet and bank account. Uh, unorganized money. Neptune in the second house, people tend to see. Hold on one second, John. Hello. Making a video. Wait till you get up so I can call them people. I'll see if Pooh gonna give me the number. I'm gonna tell her to send me the number. He did. They probably because they gave him some money. Had to. Yeah. Damn. Yeah, I figured they would. I didn't think about it, but I could see that. They love that money. Yeah, they love that money. I mean, love that money. That's 3 Libras. What about him? Ah, really? Uncle Boy changed his life, but I think he went back to drinking and stuff again. Nah, you ain't never seen him. You ain't never seen him. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, she ain't going nowhere too. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm back, y'all. Sorry. Um, great. Neptune in second house is. Let me see. Make sure I didn't. Great predisposition to have no idea what is going on with their wallet and their bank account. Neptune in second house people tend to see finances through a mist. They simply don't care about money and managing money. The mystical and immaterial planet Neptune doesn't know how to deal with such a mundane topic as finances. However, we live in a material world and money skills make life less stressful. But material world. It's a material world. Neptune in the second house, bad. Hmm. Not necessarily. Once you learn how to manage your money properly and be more practical, you can find success. Need to manage. This make all kind of money come from everywhere. On that day and you get hungry, you still can, you know, be able to buy it. Having Pisces on the cusp of the seconds, that's also Pisces, right about that, right? Okay, so you got Pisces, you got Aquarius in this house. The second house, similar to Neptune, the second house to a lesser extent. Keep reading to learn more about meaning of Neptune in second house in astrology. Where natal Neptune in second house, where you find Neptune in the natal chart shows where you seek the idea, but also where you are detached from reality. So you're detached from, that's why it's good to know your kids, because if you already read their birth chart and you want to make sure that you have something in place for them to figure it out. Be stern, of course, not trying to make them do it, but kind of like show them what's going on and let them breathe, some land or something like that. That would be good advice. You often have illusions in the corresponding life area. So illusions could be all kind of shit you see. Neptune is the most mystical, overworldly planet. On top of all this shit. Second house, on the other hand, is tangible and material house. Here, the physical and the spiritual are conjoined, but they are very strange to each other. When Neptune is in the second house, there are some adjustments to be made about your approach to money. Generally speaking, outer planets can complicate the matters of the house where they are placed, but with effort, you can turn them into assets. So you don't have to do things your way to make money. Turning, maybe, some people they like can take people and help them with their dreams and stuff, or show them how to, like the native people would give them like more work or something like that, and they go into this dream state and help the people find their past lives and stuff like that. You're gonna have to be very different in your approach to making money. Really study yourself. The second house requires with practical attitude, and Neptune is the most impractical planet ever. For a long time, spirituality and money the second don't fit. Yeah. For centuries, material existence was considered to be the value of tears, and enjoying life was frowned upon. Really. The veil of tears and enjoying life was frowned upon. I was watching something the other day. What was that? And that's how it was that I think I mentioned this in one of my videos. He took music out and everybody had to be sad and angry and fighting. And this young princess lady ran up on the country and they killed her mom, killed her dad, and he wanted to marry her. She was a younger girl. He had married his wife. He found her the same way, and enjoying things was frowned upon. But he really liked this princess, so he allowed the music because she couldn't stand. She could feel all the evenness of the place, and she couldn't stand being there. It was making her sick. So he was trying to, make sure she would be all right. So he allowed the music. I didn't finish watching the rest of it, but yeah, this just remind me of. Okay. This attitude is strongly present with Neptune in the second house placement, and it can make money a challenge for these people. You tend to feel good about yourself only when you don't want financial gain. It often happens that you were told to be selfless and help others without expecting anything in return. So maybe you were taught. This can lead to frustration because even though money is not the ultimate purpose of existence, it is essential to sustain yourself in this world. Because of the pressures of this world for money, material, you prefer focusing on the spiritual side of life. Again, goes back to you're gonna have to make money. This paper suggests an emotion based, whimsical, irrational attitude to your possessions and money. Neptune in second house people often feel that money is just a necessary evil. It is, but according to what you do with it. Neptune has a very passive energy. It operates in a subtle and refined way. You have the same attitude to finances with this placement. You expect money to gravitate towards you. People often have a hard time directly asking. Seller's guilt is a frequent issue here. So seller's guilt. Interesting. People with their natal Neptune in second house very often have it. Neptune is frequently associated with guilt in astrology. It's got to be a past life thing. Early childhood modifies this to some extent, but generally speaking, charging money for your products or services is not easy for you. Okay. Your financial difficulties can be attributed to this belief in most cases. Maybe you um, could have someone that could help you with this area. You make this stuff and they help you sell it, something like that. There's a tendency to avoid reality and put all your faith into the support of the universe, hoping that in the right time help will come. If Neptune is afflicted, there is a tendency to spread on unattainable dreams. Okay, depend on universe bringing what you need. Spending Attainable 200 dreams. Second house, what you value, is about more than just money. Even though it is one of the most earthbound houses in the natal chart, the second house sheds light on what you consider to be important in life. It also tells why you approach finances the way you do. We spend money and energy on what we find valuable. Planets in the second house reveal your values, both on material and on spiritual level. The sign on the cusp also gives information about this. Neptune in the second house suggests that to you, esoteric aspect of life is more important than material one. People with this placement don't value money as much as others. Okay. You appreciate spirituality, love, altruism, and you strive to display those qualities yourself. You spend money on experiences that help you be more spiritual. Art and music are important to you. You often have a natural gift for them. People with this placement enjoy spending on good causes and they often donate to charities. However, Neptune's second house can also manifest in your living from charity. Neptune in second house people often undervalue themselves. Hmm. They charge way less than what they are worth. I don't look at it like that. If they charge anything at all. I had a sister, my sister, she's still here. She can cook anything. And she was offered a restaurant. Matter of fact, I offered to open up a restaurant for her. But she just liked the joy of helping, feeding people. She really care about that. She's Pisces, and people gave her money. That wasn't an issue. Um, that comes to her. But she just, it's not that she undervalued, I don't think she, some things that happen in her life, but she just got a big heart like that. So I don't think that's a bad thing. The world thinks it is, you know, because you got these people who really love money, what I'm saying, and I'm this and I'm that. They want position, they want to be seen, and they have a problem with people that confident in themselves, know who they are, and don't care about being seen. They have issues with that a lot. This world really does. Um, and then it's so crazy because okay, if you that person I just described, and you decided to do something for yourself, you decided to do something, get this house, apartment, or whatever, car, whatever, something that you really thought about and it's going to benefit you, and something like that. They get jealous of that. Or who she thinks she is, or who he think he is. They think they can do better than me, or they think they better than me now. But you just said I need to value my work. But the minute you do it, the world gets jealous and they try to put you back in your place and put you back down. It's a never ending story. You never win with these people and you're not even playing the game. You know, you're just trying to help where you want to help, trying to do what you need to do, try to be free and enjoy this beautiful Mother Earth. And you got them are so greedy and looking at everything you do instead of worrying about their own path, enjoying themselves, their own families, but they so worried that your life is going to be better than theirs. But they want you to be like that. And if you have any inkling that you moving up a little bit, they got a problem with that. But they're gonna tell you ain't using your worth, you ain't doing this and you ain't doing that, you must have low self-esteem. But the minute you raise your vibration and do something different, do something that you like and get something materialistic, they ready to slap you back down again. How dare you? Never went in with these people. You know? Okay. You spend money on experiences that help you be more spiritual. Okay. People with this placement enjoy spending on good causes and they often donate to charity. Right there. Neptune second house people often undervalue themselves. No, you don't. Where you see Neptune in the birth chart, there's a tendency to victimize yourself. It is important to take responsibility for your finances and find a way to align your values with what others want to pay for. Okay, I agree with that. Okay, according to how you want to live. Okay, okay. Neptune and talent. The second house shows you resources in a material natal chart, your possessions and money, but also talents you can rely on, and even your physical body in this sense. Also, reflecting on your talents can help you boost your self esteem. Planets in the second house suggest talents corresponding to the qualities of the planets in question. People have creative gifts. They can easily tap into sea of imagination and they have a rich fantasy. Yeah. And fantasy. Yes. The planet rules divine inspiration, imagination, fantasies. When used right, it can help you turn dreams into reality. Say, for instance, you have a idea of an amusement park or something like that. Maybe with all your other investments, put in do a lot of investments. You can have that maybe on weekends for kids or something like that. Some kind of creative endeavor because you like imagination. Kind of like I'm assuming that's where Walt Disney got his he had this placement somewhere in his chart. Although it was a child molester, now that's another story. Neptune in the second house is a great placement for work in a creative field, but it is important to learn how to manage your money to avoid stereotype of starving artists. Okay. An interesting example of natal Neptune in the second house is the birth chart of Tom Hanks. He has a Neptune here, and he became financially successful through acting. Another thing ruled by Neptune in astrology. Okay, so acting, like Tom Hanks. Okay, Neptune in second house is indicates an interest in all Neptunian matters, spiritual, selfless service, The subconscious. I guess this he had started going to people's parties and showing up and stuff like that. Now I see why he's doing that generally from his heart. Neptune in second house of money, making money. The second house allows how you can make money. This is a complex question because you have to look to the sign and the cups, its ruling planet and its aspects, planets in the second house, etc. The chart as a whole must be analyzed when considering this topic. When Neptune is in the second house, you usually make money in Neptunian ways. The highest manifestation of Neptune second house, making money through art, spirituality, can help great placement people, religion, artists. Often here you make money by helping others. Another way uh, play out is by making money through drugs, alcohol, petroleum, liquids. Neptune rules the sea and marine matters. You can sell fish. You can do all kind of things pertaining to the sea. So this also is a possible manifestation. Another topic manifesting there in Neptune's second house, inability to save money. They can lead to situations when you are left without any savings, even though you would need money to solve your problems. Learning about finances can help you a lot. Okay. With challenging aspects, especially from malefic planets, you can fall prey to swindles. People try to use you, of course. Neptune's lack of boundaries, because you don't like people making people feel alienated, Make it hard for you to assert yourself. In addition, Neptune and Pisces can make you gullible by whose standards and naive. What people with bad intentions can easily sense. That's their issue, right? Neptune is one of the other planets, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. It is modern ruler of Pisces. It is its accidental dignity in the 12th house. So accidents. General planet strategies mean that by signs it is effective on whole generations rather than on an individual level. Group of people share the same Neptune sign. Native chart, the position of Neptune and by houses is more important. There's ocean, sea, fish. I tell you, I love oceanography. Illusions, delusions, glamour, imagination, inspiration, drugs, alcohol, addiction, escapism, religion. Okay. The second house in natal chart is a succeeded house, supporting the perceived first house to self. Second house is treasure house of natal. It shows your resources, possession, values. Taurus, rule Venus, how you can make money, your finance, possession, assets, real estate and land, self-worth, value. People who have several planets in fourth house are often talented at making money, but they can be overly materialistic. If you like this article, blah, blah, blah. Okay. All right, y'all, let's do an overview. Okay. Capricorn, the second house with Uranus and Neptune. Uranus, Aquarius. Sudden changes, your different, unique value system and work finances change. Erotic relationships with money, up and down. No stability, stable income. Not interested in financial. Don't want to learn how money works and multiply. You see money as ensured freedom, nothing more, not saving, need to, okay? If not here, Saturn, impulsive splendor, Finances, conflict with loved ones, self-willed person on finances. Because you don't know if you have their way of money, so you being the way you are with a partner, if y'all don't think alike, it's gonna clash, and it's gonna be a problem. You have kids, you got to learn their financial ways of money. So you have to be considerate of others as well. Financial hardships, careless behavior, earnings, no 9 to 5, use your original ideas, jobs, technology, science, computer, internet, software development, computer science, learn how to make this work for you, making money. Rebellious, traditional, collaborate with unique or unusual sources, invent things, core values, don't accept other ways, freedom important, you're freelance. I see people walk around, make oils and perfumes and stuff like that, and walk around and sell them. Okay, value, be different and original. Life will be hard. You spend money on things that make you feel free, travel, new experiences. Stability is not important to you. Lack of planning, savings, love, technology. The Awakener, that's who you are. The Awakener. Always and do things, want new and better methods. Original thinkers, madness and violent and dangerous. Could be, and it could be coming to you. Utopian ideas, free ruling planet of astrology. You believe in you, very important. You believe in yourself, okay? Don't care where you are living. Simply simple minded. Don't want to feel tied to anything. So you got a lot of people that's fix their cars and stuff up to just travel and live in their cars. You got people that bought some land and went out and lived off grid. Those people probably got this placement. They worked hard and they saved and they planned because they knew this is a materialistic world. And then they went out, or some just fix the car up and just making money and do odd jobs as they go and sell things and stuff like that. So you got to figure out where you want to go. But being in this material world, we're gonna need material resources. Okay, if you're trading, whatever it may be, you can save and plan and wealth. Rich, poor, and repeat. Inventive, focused, and ambitious. Moody and stubborn. Embrace changes. Make scientific discoveries, electronics, friends, government, if like ideas, resources, loans, grants. So that would be a benefit. Will get fired a lot, mess with a lot on job, boss won't believe you. You can cause some of the accidents. A lot of income, unusual things going on. Go along and be long, rejuvenating, detached. Okay, you go alone and be alone. You can be detached sexually. A lot of people don't believe that. Might like porno. You like to look at sex and porno, but you might not want to participate in it because a lot of things happen in your life and past life, rape, disrespect in your body, past you in your past, you isolate yourself. So you have to work on those things to feel comfortable with sex. Okay. And whoever you get should be patient with you, giving you the reasons why, not because their sexual desires or what they want, but if they really care, they're going to take the time out to help you in this area. People have so many agendas, and it's usually selfish. During 30-year-old, you may want to be spiritual, inventing things, or no income. You might make, like I said, I'm a friend, paintings or weather to make people feel good. You feel from a core that people don't understand, especially with this Neptune here. They don't feel that deep till they don't know. Then you have Scorpio across from that, so that's really deep. That's the core of Mother Earth. That's the core of a person. You could feel their hurts, impact. You feel all that. Most people surface based. Some sentimental, want to feel things meaningful in your soul. You take risks, hardworking, doing a great job, owning things. Okay. Coroner, you could be a coroner, a butcher, because you could be detached as well with Uranus here. Generous and kind, no stress, give things away, inspirational to people, getting things done, taking care of family. So you have to watch a lot of this placement too, because it could bring some devastating things. Because you got forces that'll use this placement and make you be horrible, a horrible person. So you have to kind of determine if you have Neptune there, how you going to go inside and determine are those your thoughts or there's somebody using you for their agenda. Remember that. Have to think things through, cold, stubborn, proudful, need to be spontaneous, answer fast. You don't everything, don't like people disagreeing with them or opinions. So people going you need to agree to disagree. You can't make nobody agree with you. They got their opinion, you got your opinion. Period. That. You know what I'm saying? You can't make them think your way. They have their own path to go down. They have their own brain. Okay, just like they should let you be the same way. But you know, sometimes it's a one-way street for people. Need to be open and get help. Baby lash makes the terrified. So if you're overly got the love or whatever, you was smothered or sexual abuse or something like that, or you wouldn't. It's all according to what happened to you when you were young, according to how you are now. Private even eating, so you know, because you like to eat. My daughter used to eat with her hands. Neptune, feeling your body is not, now we're on Neptune, body Uranus. Feeling your body is not good enough. Doing uh, sadomasochist practices as a relief. Just that's why some people have tattoos or piercing, breast, vagina, you know, doing things, mutilating their body some type of way. I think my sister, she probably had this placement. She was always cutting her wrist. Need her hypnosis or talk to a therapist. Why? In order to become healthier. So you need to get it out. You need to talk it out. You know, even if you talking to the universe, you get to get that out. May not want possess nothing in their name, not borrow money, need to be self-employed. Sometimes you just want to disappear. Logical no, you know when people come against you, you feel very okay. They finna let me unstable. Well, y'all, I want to go and read the summary, but it's keep breaking up. Neptune unorganized with money, don't care about material world, need to manage your money. Pisces, Aquarius, detached from reality, lots of illusion, mystical, do assets differently. Centuries ago, material was a veil of tears, and enjoying life was frowned upon. Feel good about yourself only when you don't have financial gain. Taught to be selfless, not expecting anything in return. I'm gonna go ahead and end this. But that's good. You can feel good about yourself with money or without money. That's a plus. That's you above the game. I just want to say that you're above the game, so don't feel bad about that. Because a lot of people will kill themselves if they don't have no money or position or somewhere to stay or materialistic stuff. You good with it regardless. You're gonna make a way out of no way. That is brilliant. So think better of yourself. So I couldn't read the rest of it, but y'all went through it with me anyway. I'm just gonna summarize. Okay, love y'all. This is your girl Ruth signing off. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. I really appreciate it. Donate to my channel. Okay, if you need some help in certain areas, you know, questions or something, I'll put my prices and stuff like that. Even natal chart, finding more about yourself, we can work on it together, you know, stuff like that. And of course, the charge I have to live. Okay. All right. I love y'all. Bye. Take care. Like, subscribe, share, and comment.